Mark, funny old match, not exactly vintage, but you've just got to get across the line in the first round, and then, in your mind, the tournament proper begins.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, obviously, if you play fantastic in the first round, there's only one way you can go from that. So coming into the tournament, I thought the first round is always, for me, the hardest to win, because you're always edgy, really edgy. You want to be in the tournament. You don't feel as though you're part of the tournament until you get that first round out of the way. So for me, all it was a matter of just, as long as I got to 10 first, I was happy, irrelevant of how I played.
And he wasn't overawed by the occasion, and I guess a really odd situation for the debutants who've watched packed crowds year on year and they didn't get that opportunity. But I thought he equipped himself pretty well.
Yeah, I thought he played well. I mean, in patches, I mean, at one stage it was 7-6 and it could have gone either way, you know. And I see he beat Ryan Day to qualify, so I mean, it just shows what kind of class player he is. And speaking to Mark Allen a lot, he practices with him a lot at the same club, and he raves on about him, saying how good he is and the standard he plays to. So it doesn't surprise me that he sort of performed and held up the way he did.
What did you make of coming out to an empty auditorium? I mean, you're a very popular player because you've won so many different titles, the Triple Crowns, all sorts, Masters, so you always get a big reception. And it is just bizarre, isn't it, standing there looking at you and it's like the tumbleweeds rolling across the floor.
Yeah, it is very different, you know, but I still felt nervous out there at the start. I mean, that's just what the Crucible does to you, you know, whether the crowd or not, because I mean, it's such a prestigious tournament, everyone wants to do so well in it, so you sort of try that a little bit harder in this tournament than any other one. And I think that shows in some of the performances of the top players sometimes. I mean, Sean really struggled today, and I think obviously that could be down to like just the venue itself, you know, whether there's no crowd or whether he couldn't just get motivated, I don't know, but it was definitely different, mate, that's for sure, and I hope obviously we don't have to go through it again.
Yeah, me too. Were you a little bit surprised that it's Nop on and not Sean?
I suppose a little bit, yeah. First to 10, you probably, if you was a betting man, you'd probably back Sean more times than not to beat Nop on, but at the same time, obviously, like, there's no easy games no more on the tour, you know, they're all great players. I mean, I've played Nop on a few times and he played fantastic against me, so it doesn't surprise me in a way that he won. Obviously, I think for the players, I don't think it's so much of a shock. Obviously, for the viewers watching, obviously they'll put it as a bigger shock, but obviously knowing how good he can play, it doesn't really surprise me at all nowadays.
What's your synopsis of your season? Because it's funny, at the moment people are talking about Judd and then the way Ronnie smashed his way through his first round match, he's being talked up. People are sort of forgetting you have won 2 ranking titles this season.
Yeah, I think I've just been a bit in and out, a bit patchy, you know. I've had tournaments back, 3 or 4 tournaments back to back where I've not really performed at all and not even looked like winning a tournament, and then I'd win 2 in the space of a month, I think the English and the Scottish. Then I'd go back to not playing great again, but I think that's just because of how tough the standard is. Sometimes I've not actually played that bad and just been beaten by the better player.
Well, the best of luck in the second round. You got the banana skin out the way.
Cheers, Rob. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Betfred, proud sponsor of the World Snooker Championship.